Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. Now I do want to remind you about the German qualifier for the Sudoku tournament. They're happening on Logic Masters Germany this weekend, so good time to give it a try. I don't know the exact format of the competition, but I do have, we were sent some practice puzzles by Christoph Seeliger, and we've shown one by Philip Bloomer already. That really messed with me. It took me a long time. I'm hoping this won't be quite as hard, but I don't imagine it's going to be easy. This one is a position sums by Christoph Seeliger, and we will get to that. I do want to mention some new content on Patreon. Simon has uploaded a video of him solving one of Sam Cappleman-Lynes' new classic Sudokus. So some classic Sudoku practice there. He's done one on the channel today and one on Patreon, I believe. So really interesting content there to go along with all the other content this month. We've had the January reward puzzle, the video for that, my crossword video, and of course Reverence Puzzle Hunt, and we'll Simon's Philomeno as well, but we'll catch up with the Puzzle Hunt correct entrance in tomorrow's video. And also, of course, the previous month, the Modern Art Sudoku Pack and the Sudoku Hunt by Stefan and Akash. Fantastic content there on Patreon. Also great stuff on the apps. They're all available on the links in the description field, and highly recommended. Now, what is position sum Sudoku? Well, I will explain it. We've done one like this before on the channel from Richard Stolt, one of the authors of this German Puzzle Championship. Now, we have normal Sudoku rules in the 9x9 grid here, but what we also have in the clues outside the grid, that is terrible shading by me. There we go, the 9x9 grid, and I got one cell extra. Now, these white clues, A and B are the first two digits seen from any direction into the grid. So this section includes all the A's and B's for each row and column. Now, in any column with an A and B clue, that's the clue in the white background, the first two cells add to that number. A and B equal that number. It's a bit more complicated for the greys. In this case, this number is the sum of the digits in the, say these were 8 and 4. That would mean that this 5 would be the sum of the digits in the 8th and the 4th positions in this column. That would be there and there. And they would kind of have to be 2, 3 to make up the 5 with 4 already gone. So you can see how there's a bit of self-referentialness about some of these clues and how they work together. It's a fascinating type. And there is one in the new book, in the Cracking the Cryptic Greatest Hits book, one of the new puzzles. It is Richard Stoltz, is a position sums as well. So worth getting some practice in, I would say. Do try it on the link below the video. I'm going to give it a go now. Let's get cracking. And how do we do that? What's quite odd about this puzzle is there's no row or column with both a grey clue and a white clue. They can be more helpful. So I mean, the 6th clue is saying that this is either 1, 5 or 2, 4, and that 14 clue is either 5, 9 or 6, 8, but these are much more middling numbers apart from that. Okay, 4 of these numbers are looking at the first 2 cells in this box. So these cells are all A's and B's and covered by white clues. And that one by 2 grey clues. So probably box 1 is where to start. Oh, yes, okay, there's 2 8 clues here. So these oh, that's right. Imagine one of these included a 3-5 pair. Then this one, what I'm saying is that rules out immediately this being 3-4 or 2-5. The 7 pair would have to be 1-6, and suddenly there's no fill for the other 8. If either of the 8s is 3-5, the other 8 is impossible to fill because of what goes in the 7. cells. That's fascinating. Okay, so the 8s are 2, 6 and 1, 7. And the 7s are 3, 4. They must be. So this one's not a 1 and that's not a 7 because this has to add with this to make 11. 9, 4 or 5. Don't know why I did that. Oh, it can't be 4. So we can forget 7 out of there as well. So now we know this is a 2, 6 pair. That's very neat. We get 1, 7 pair there. 5, 8 and 9 for the other cells in the box. Now, can we use these 12 and 10 clues? If that was a 2, it would add this cell and whatever number that cell is. Well, that couldn't be an 8 then. Actually, I don't think it could add to that to make 10 either, so it couldn't be a 5. If this is a 2, this has to be a 9. But you could add, yeah, you could have a, it would be adding those two, so 9 and 1. No, actually, weirdly, that's not possible because of what happens to this cell and this one. That's incredible. Okay, if this is a 2, let me make sure I've got this right because this is confusing me straight away. If that's a 2 here, that's adding this cell and either the 5th, 8th or 9th. If it's the 5th, it's adding this to 5. And that's just nonsense to make 10. If it's the 8th, it's adding this to 8. But that would need to be a 2. And we're starting with the assumption that this is a 2. And that's impossible. And if this was a 2 and this was a 9, then we're adding these two cells, a 9 and a 1, to get to 10. But 9 and 1 there make both of these 5. Oh, well, I assume that that is how you're meant to start, and I have lucked into it because that's not easy. 6 not possible there, 8 not possible there. We've got a 2 there, that's now a 9. Take 9 out of those. Now the 10, oh, is adding a cell we don't know anything about, and either the 5th can't be the 5th. Oh yes, it could. Well, if it's the 5th, it won't be 5. That would be 2 or 1, and that would be 8 or 9. Or it's adding the 6th cell and the 8th cell. And I mean, they could be, well, they would be any odd numbers if it was adding the 6th and the 8th, but not to worry about that. Now, what about looking down? We're adding the 9th cell to the 5th or 8th. And if it's 9th and 8th, they would have to be 7 and 5 down here because we'd have used 9 and 8 in the column. But I don't think that that gets me any further forward. However, I've just noticed 9 can be ruled out of there. We're down to 2 possibilities here. And 2 can be ruled out of there. Okay, well, that's further more quickly than I expected given the disposition of these clues, but I think I've ground to a halt. This 3 clue looks exciting for a moment because you know it's 2 and 1, but since you don't know where they're placed in the row, it's a lot less prepossessing than it looks. Those have to add to 9. That's hardly restricted at all. Ah, these have to add to 8 and they can't be 2, 6. Now they could be 1, 7. I don't think there's any form of, you certainly can't rely on a uniqueness, even if I wanted to, in this grid. This 8, is that restricted by the 1, 7 pair? Quite interesting. If this was 1, 5, because of that 1, 7 pair, the 7 would have to appear in this domino. but that's based on an if, and it's not very solid at all. No, that's not helping. I don't really know where to be looking at the moment. The only way 7 is not there, and I don't know why I want to prove 7 is there, I don't particularly, but the only way 7 isn't here is if 7 is here, and this is a 7-1 pair, and that's 4-2. This would then be 3-4. I don't see how that helps. It's very hard to know how to move forward, I have to say. Trying to think of something that's actually actively useful to do here, and I'm really struggling. If this was 6-8, this would have to be a 5. That would mean that this 10 was made up of 8 there and 2 there. And this would now be a 1. And this would be a 5. And I don't know why not. That all seems fairly possible. So if this was... Let's just do it in corner marks. If that was 6-8, this would be a 5. That would be a 2 by this grey clue. That would make this a 1, this a 5, this an 8, and we're all fine and hunky-dory. That would put an 8 here, interestingly, and a 7 here, because the 7 can't go here now. Ah! This being 5-1. Ah, there we go. Okay. That has led me. I mean, it was sort of bifurcating a bit, but what it's led me to is what I should have looked at, I think, before. Is this right, though? Maybe it's not. Yes, if this is a 1-5 pair, then this is 6-2, because 1-7 and 3-5 have become impossible. So if that's a 1-5 pair, this is 6-2. This can no longer have a 6 in it, because both 6s for rows 1 and 2 have gone. That would have to become 5-9, which would mean that the 1-5 pair had to be 1 and then 5. So I can at least remove those as possibilities, but I think it could still be 1-5, 6-2, 5-9, and this would be adding the 6th cell to either the 5th or the 8th. Looks all right. If it's 2-4, this can always be 1-7. For this to be 3-5, this would have to be 4-2. Then you'd have 1-7 here, 6-8-9 here, 5 here, 8 here. Adding a 1 or 7 to a 9 or 3, that's still possible. Oh, we nearly got it eliminated there. Maybe I should carry on with if this is 1-5. Let's pencil mark that again. Sorry, 1 there, 5 there, Then we get 6 and 2, 5 and 9. Is there some problem with this? This has become an 8 because because of that 5. Then we're adding these two cells to make 10. They can't be 8, 2, 6, 4 or 9, 1. They would be 3, 7. Ah, and it's all right. Okay, I'm sorry. That's just checking out the future and not getting very far. 9, maybe looking down here. 9, that cell, oh, to make 12. Ah, and certainly not with the first cell. So this can't be 1 or 3 anymore. So that can't be 5 or 7. We are definitely using 5 or 7 in the... Oh, so the 12 sum is 5 and 7. And it's using cell 5 or 8. Ah, I see. Yes, it can't be 3 or 9. 3 and 9. Because 3 there... This is it. This is it. This is what I should be looking at. Right, it can't be 3 and 9 because that cell won't allow a 9 in them. It can't be 8 and... Well, it can't be 8 and 4 because they can't be sitting in this 8 sum. So, we are looking at that cell plus either that one or that one to make a 5-7 pair. And I don't care which of them is which because all I know is we can't have 5 there and 7 there. That is definitely true. That has taken a long time and I'm sorry, but at least we got there in the end. Right, now in row 10, we're definitely adding positions 6 and 8. I'm just going to colour them for a second. They need to be 10. Oh, never mind about them. This has become not 8. 9 and 5 there. So they don't include 6, 8 or 9. So they are 3 and 7 as a pair. Let's uncolour them again now we know that. And... go back, the 3-7 pair is looking at that cell and that completes box 1. 3, 9, 9, 7. That's 1 or 2. Oh, still haven't quite disambiguated this, but now this is 5, 2 or 1. It can't be 5 because we can't have a 3 here, but we can have 6 or 7 there. Now, is something still impossible going on? We're looking at that pair, that pair, that pair. I don't think these clues... That one might actually help now. No, I don't think it does. But 2, 9, 6, 8, 4, 9... Ah, yes, the only place for a 5 in this row now is here. So that is a 5-1 pair. That's a 2. That makes that a 6. That also makes this a 1. These remaining ones in the top row are 4, 7 and 8. I don't have a clue about their order. But in this column, either the 4th, 7th or 8th and the 1st add up to 7. So that's in the 7 sum, so it's got to be the lowest there, 4, and the 4th cell is a 3, and that sorts that clue out. Oh, this one is a 5-7 pair down there. This 5 clue, now this can't be 4 anymore, so we're either, I'll come back to that in a moment, this can't be 4. Okay, so in one of these clues, we're adding the 7th and 3rd cell, and in one of them, we're adding the 7th and 8th. To get 5 in one case, and 11 in the other. I don't... If I know how to do that, I don't understand how I know. But hopefully that doesn't matter too much. Let's have a look. We've done this clue. We've done that one, although we don't know the order of that. Right, these add up to 8. No, they don't. That's a position sum. So these two add up to 8. This one no, they add up to 9. That's the clue. 2, 3, 4 or 6 there by Sudoku. Ah, giving us theoretically 7, 6, 5 or 3 there, and 7, 6 are ruled out. So that's all reduced quite dramatically. And this is an 11 sum with 2, 3, 4 or 6 here. Again, 5, 7, 8 or 9 there, but not 7. So we can take that out. Oh, not 5 either. There's that pair there. Ooh, this is all getting quite nicely reduced, but we're kind of out of the easy sums, the A and B sums now. Okay, that it's getting harder at this point. I didn't think it was easy before this. Right, so this 8 sum is adding the 5th or 7th and an unknown. Oh, come on, am I missing something here? I probably am. Maybe I should be using one of these clues. This one, the 5, is made up of definitely the 7th cell and either the 8th or the 3rd. Well, if it was using the 3rd, you'd know it was a 2-3 sum, but it could be a 4-1 sum down here as far as I can see. How about this 8? I don't know what 3, 5 would make that a 2. That would make this 9. 9, 2, 3, 5, 7. Then you'd have 2, 4, 6 here. Ah, that 3 would make this a 5. But of course it could be 1, 7. I can't see how to use that yet. Now this 3 clue, which threatened to be the easiest and really hasn't worked out that way, is adding one of those cells. So it's obviously a 2 and a 1, but who knows what's in here? Could still be 1, 2. That's quite plausible actually. Oh, this is frustrating. I just thought we were getting going and we've stuttered to a halt. Two, 4 or 6. So if that was 2, this would be very self-referential. We'd need a 6 in whatever position that was giving. But this is the trouble with position sums. It's just not straightforward to know what clue you're being given even. Oh, crumbs. Think again, think again, think again. Come on, I've lost all my trains of thought now. Ah, no, we've used that 10 and 12 clue. We just can't go back for more there. Now, if that was 3, 6. Oh yeah, the positions are totally irrelevant. We would get 2 and 4 in those cells. But I mean, there's very open-ended. Both of them could be used. A 4 there would add the 3 to a 5 wherever it appears. Oh, where does 4 go in box 7? That is the only place. How peculiar. Didn't see that coming. So this is 1, 5, 8 or 9. That's probably not very helpful. 4 is definitely one of those. 3 is definitely in one of those 2 cells. So we either have 5 here or 8 here. I just can't see how it helps. Does this this doesn't use the 3 now. Oh, well, it could do from that clue. Ah. This does use the 4th cell and either the 5th or 7th to make 8. This one is 2, 6, 5 or 7. But I mean, that's so open-ended to add on one of these things. Seventh or 8th. It's almost ruling out a 4-1 sum there, but this one, 11, such an unhelpful total. But using that cell to make 11 along with, again, one of the others. Ah. 2 and 6 must appear in this set, which is just not, it's not telling me much. It's not telling me anything, frankly. We've done that 7 clue. I need to start just ticking off the clues that are fully done. Let's see if I can colour them all purple to get rid of them. This one is adding the 4th digit and the 5th or 7th. No, that's certainly not done. This one's not really done yet. I mean, I'm down to 2 possibilities for each of these. Are they complementary? No, not really. Oh, I thought spotting that 4 was finally going to help, and it hasn't at all. Hasn't done anything. 1. If that was a 1, then this is adding the 1st and 6th cell. That would have to be a 7, which is not possible actually, because there is a 7 locked in one of those. So that's not a 1. Most minor gain possible. Unless I could rule 1 out of here, then we'd actually have something. But I don't think I can, because that could be a 1 adding 1, and then this would, well, this could be anything, adding 2 from any one of those cells, including itself. So I certainly cannot rule a 4 out of, I mean a 1 out of that cell. Can I rule 5 out? I doubt it very much. If that was a 5, then we would be adding an even sum. No, 1 or 7 and 2 and 6. There's no way. There's no way anything gets ruled out of that. Come on, what am I missing? It must be regular Sudoku in some way. Just as I was missing it with that 4. Or else there is just some blatant piece of this puzzle that I'm basically onto and I can't even tell. That 5-7 pair is definite. So 4 there is using that cell and either the 5th or 7th to make 8. Maybe I should be using the, oh, that 7 clue's been done as well. Maybe I should be using the 5 or 11 up here to get something, but I just don't even know. I don't know how to think about this properly. 2, 4, 6, one of those and one of those to make 8. It's just far too open-ended. Could be 1-7, could be 2-6, could even be 3-5 using the 3. I can't see how that gets anything done. Now, where can the 1 be? It can be in cells 1 5, 6, 7 and 8. So the 1 could be there in cell 6. Then where would the 2 be? Could be anywhere. I'm missing a trick here. I am missing something significant. What on earth is it? Four, 1, 3, 5, 8, 9. Come on, Mark. Cracky, half an hour. I hope there's not puzzles like this in the competition. I was thinking of having a go at it, but I would feel absolutely humiliated to be struggling around like this. Five there. For that to be a 3, this would be a 3. That would make this an 8 and this a 6. It would also make this a 1 and this a 7. 1, 4, 8, 3, 6, 7, 2. These would be 5 and 9. That it barely helps. It does seem to be the most pressured form if this is a 3. That makes this a 6. But I'm just not being allowed to use their positions or anything. I have to use these positions, and I just don't know what's in these cells in any way. This one can be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7 or 8. 7th cell, this one, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8 or 9. And I add what's in there to one of these to make 8. And I mean, there are so many possibilities. 7 could go with 1 in either of them. 6 could go with 2 there. 5 could go with 3 in either of them. And 2 could go with 6 there. And it just doesn't rule anything out of the other cell. So frustrating. Where can the 2 go in this row? Many, many places. Ah, if the 2 was there, then we would need a 6 in either the 5th, 8th or 9th. That's okay. I mean, I've probably looked at exactly that already. Four must be one of these. So we're either using that cell or that cell in an addition, or this is a 5-4 pair. But this could be 8-4 with a 5 here. This one could be anything 4 with a 2 there. It's just not... I don't even understand how you're meant to look at this at all. The 7th and either 8th or 3rd cell. Oh my God. No. I was just thinking maybe these have been resolved by very ordinary Sudoku a long time ago. Don't think they have, thank God. That would be totally humiliating at this point. Right, the 7th cell, those cells are definitely being counted in the downs, along with either the 3rd cell or the 8th cell. So 11 is made up of the 7th. If this was a 7-3, then the 11 couldn't be 6-5. It would have to be, if this was 7-3, the 11 would have to be 9-2. That's slightly interesting. I'm just going to fill that in. If this was 7-3. If on the other hand, it was 8-7, now it would have to be a 9-2 or 6-5 in those positions. Both seem annoyingly possible. But if this was 7-3, we'd have 9-2. Then this would be 8-7. And we'd be making 5 down here. Maybe the other way round of looking at it is better. If this was 7-3 here, then, oh my God, yes. It cannot be 7-3 because it's using the third cell, which can't be 4 or 1, so it can't be a 4 or 1 pair. And 7-3 would be made up of those cells, so they can't be 3-2. I see. I'm sorry that has taken so long. That is 8-7. Is this? I can't even imagine this blows it open, but let's be open-minded about it. We're now using these cells. 8-7. So this pair is either 4-1 that way round or 2-3. We've actually got a 2-3-6 set here. That one can't be 3. If this was a 2-3 pair, that becomes a 6, but I just don't know. Here we've got a 4-8-9 set. Sorry, I didn't mean to lose the green. Ah, and we're making 11, so we can't be using the 4 or the 8. Oh my goodness, we're using the 9 and the 2 there. That stops this. Oh no, better. That makes this one a 3. Now this isn't 2 or 3. Oh my word. I'm sorry that's taking so long. Really, I know you asked me not to apologize, but that feels terrible that it's taken so long to get to that point. But we're there now. Come on. I bet we can fly through this now. Absolute nonsense. But anyway, right. How am I going to use these extra digits that I've just gained? Let's at least tick off, though. All the down clues are used. Good grief, fully used. What about this row then? The 4th clue and either the 5th or 7th make 8. Well, they don't do it by using 1-7 because that 1 is not available anymore. Ah, oh. If this is 2 or 6, it's got to use the 5th cell. But it could be 5 there and 3 there. If this is a 7, which is exactly what it would be. Oh, that was nearly a breakthrough. No, this can't be 1 anymore. That's not barely of any interest. Right, that can't be 1 either. Similar. Oh, grief. Surely there's something I can do. They've all been done, those clues from the top. These have been done as well. Ah, yes, there is something I can do, something much easier. That 3 has given me an 8 here. Okay, that's nice. Now I'm not using 8. I'm using... oh, the 3 has also given me a 1, which gives me a 7, which gives me a 5. Now I know I'm adding the 4th and 5th cell. It does get easier. Surely it does. That's not 7 or 8. I just don't know about that cell. I'm taking out all the pencil marks there. This is either 2-6 or 5-3. Right, we've also lost 3 out of there. This is a 2-4-6 set. And this is a 3-5-9 set. And this is a 1-7-8 set. Now, 2, 4, or 6 are. None of those can be 1. So whatever number is there is adding the 2, which has to be in one of those cells. This number is adding the 1. And it's either from there. There, it's certainly not from there because there can't be a 1 there. That gives me a 3-5 pair, bizarrely. That gives me a 9 here. So now in this row, I'm adding this cell and either 2, 4, or 6 to get 8. Well, if this is a 2, then this cell's a 6. If this is a 4, then I'm adding those two. They're not 3, 5. They could be 1, 7. No, if this is a 4, then I'm adding that one. This would have to be 5. Oh, very silly of me. Right, I'm not adding a 4. If I'm adding a 6, this can't be 8, 7, 4, 1, or 3. It could be 2, 5, or 6, making this 6, 2, or 3. Okay, so that is actually unresolved, irritatingly. Now, 2, 4, or 6, that's where 2 goes, in one of those positions. 1 goes either there or there. Oh, is this... No, that's still not resolved. These clues are resolved. They go purple. This one is adding 4 and 5, and I still don't know their identities. Oh, we've got a 2, 6, 9 triple down here. That's not 2. If that's 2, 6, that's 9, 8, 3 and 7 can be done. Oh look, there's regular Sudoku. I just get 1 in this cell. 5 must be in one of these. Oh look, 5 there. So this can't be 5. That is a 2, 6 pair. Sorry, I'm missing the bleeding obvious now while I look for complicated things. What we're always accused of and what certainly happens some of the time. But you do get your head a bit fried, I'm afraid, just trying to do these puzzles. That's a 3, 9, 8 triple. And we can reduce the possibilities. 4, 5, 6 over here. 6 there, 5 there, 3, 8, 7, that's an 8. 3, 7 pair, that was a naked single, for goodness sake. Right. Now, still we can have a 1 in either of those places for that clue. Ah, this, look at that. I put a 3 there and then said I could have a 3 there. Let's think about this again. We're adding the 9th cell to either the 2nd or the 6th. Well, it can't be 3, 5. And this one can't be 1 or 7. Yeah, it can't be 7, 1. So forget 3, 5. That is a 2. Oh. That's not a 2, 6 pair. The 9th cell, if that was a 6, this is a 2, 6 pair, but it's not. That's a 2. So that is not constrained, and we're adding 2 and 6. Good grief. Nearly messed up again. Purple there. That's not 2. This is now definitely using the 4th or 6th cell to be the 2. So 2 goes in one of those 2. That places the 2 in box 6. In fact, the 6 has sorted out this 4, 5, 6 triple. That gives me a 1, 4, 5 set there. That 8 and 4 has been resolved. 3 or 7 there. Still not done. 2 in one of those. What's this doing? And 1 in still one of those. Okay, so that's not a 1. This clue, is that not done? Adding 4 and 5 to get 8. I mean, that is effectively done, yes. These triples haven't been resolved. Right, there's a 7 in one of those. Ordinary Sudoku again. There's a 1 in one of those. There's a 4 in one of those as well. 5 is in one of those. 2, yes, has been confined down there. Look, this is a naked single. That's a 5. So that's not a 5. This is 7 or 8. I've done all the clues at the top. Apart from these two, this is just plain vanilla Sudoku. Ah, okay. This is either 5-4 or 3-6. So this is either adding the 3rd and 6th cell here, 1 there and 2 there, or the 4th and 5th, 2 and 1. So those two are kind of interrelated, the 1 and 2 in this row. And I don't know how to use that. Oh, crikey. 2, 3, 6, 4, 3, 5. Right, keep going on that regular stuff because that actually worked for a moment. But I think that moment's gone. I mean, I can list all the possibilities, but it just seems a bit sad to be doing that. Surely I can work this out. Is this... No, 4, 5. No, that's yeah, no, that's not telling me anything. If this was 5, 4, we'd have 2 there and 1. Oh, this can't be 5, 4 here because there's either 5 or 4 there. So this is the 3, 6. Wow, this is 5, 4. That clue's been done. This is saying add the 3rd, which is a 1, and the 6th, which is a 2. That's the way round they go. We've done all the clues now, so we really had better be finishing off. Otherwise, I'm going to be weeping all night. 3 and 9 there. That can't be 3. 3, 6, 1, 2, 9, 7. So that's an 8, 4, and 5. 8, 4, 2, 3, 5. These are 9 and 7, either side of column 5. These are 1 and 6. They can go in, thank goodness. 1, let's not get them the wrong way around. 1 and 4, 7, 8. Oh, the sigh of relief is heartfelt, I assure you. 2, 3 and 6, and I think that is the answer. No point pressing the check button on this because it won't understand these clues I put in around the edge. Actually, maybe it will. Yeah, it just highlights all of those, which is good. I think it means that it's not finding any errors in the rest, which, well, I'll take that. I mean, that was tricky, not as tricky as I made it, and this video has indeed been almost exactly the same length as the Glum Hippo one. Never mind, we got there. Do give the German puzzle qualifier a try. I'm sure it won't be quite as hard as these training puzzles. Please, please guys, don't make it that hard. See you next time. Bye for now.